So I've just come to tell you that it's not sleep that you need. When you are feeling stressed out, when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you are feeling unhappy, it's not always sleep that you need. Let me tell you what thing it is that you're doing wrong. You are giving your energy away to things that don't always serve you. Now, in life, don't get me wrong, there will be things that you've got to do. Not necessarily that you would choose to do, but things that you've got to do out of obligation. It might be that you've got things to do with family members. It might be the things that you've got to do with work. You are going to go through life where you have got to do things. So please don't kind of think that I'm saying, oh, just start saying no to things that you don't want to do, because there'll be lots of things that you do have to do. But the problem is it's a massive drain on our energy. So I know there might be men that are watching this, and please don't think that I'm not kind of including you, but my audience is mainly women. So as women, as mums, as wives, we give our energy a lot to us children, to us husband, to work commitments, to lots and lots of other things, as do lots of people. But the problem is that we are giving our energy away. We're doing things that we don't necessarily need to do, but we are agreeing to do, and we're not filling up our own cup. I'm sure you've heard that saying before. So I want you to start thinking of all the things that you do where you say yes to. So it could be a night out. It could be that you get to ask to do some overtime at work that you really don't want to do, but you just feel bad because they're in a position whereby you feel bad that they're in a position whereby they need somebody. It could be that you've agreed to help somebody with something because you feel like that you've got to do it out of obligation. There's lots of things that we do, probably more than you actually realise, that drain our energy, where we're saying yes to things that really, when we're kind of leading up to it, I'm sure you've probably all done it. You've agreed to do something, like I say, whatever it might be, and you just say yes, and you're just like, oh God, yeah, that's fine, because it might be that you feel a bit guilty or you feel a bit pressured or whatever it is. As you lead up to that time where you're due to do this said thing, I know I've done it loads of times. I think, oh, bloody hell, I wish I'd not agreed to do that, or I wish I'd not said I'd done that, or whatever it is. And then I start I can almost feel the energy drain out, and makes I'm having a go at myself. And why the bloody hell did you agree to do that when you really can't be bothered? And whatever. Think about how many times you do that in a week. You probably do it so many more times than you realise. And like I said, this isn't about the things that you're saying yes to that you really can't do anything about, because there will always be things like that you've got to do. I've done it in the past where I felt like I needed to be a bit of a martyr, to be honest, and thought, oh God, I really don't want to do it, but nobody else will do it. Or it's something that I've not had to do, but I've put myself forward stupidly, and then had to go at myself and kind of, beat myself up, if you like. Why have you agreed to do that? And you shouldn't be doing that. And what have you done that for? And whatever. We all do it. We all do it in our life. So when you get to the end of the day and you're spending your day or times in your life agreeing to things that you don't necessarily want to do, you are draining your energy. So when you get to the end of the day, it's not always that you're knackered. It's not always that you need sleep. It's that you are draining your energy doing things that you don't need to do. So you need to start thinking, is it something that I really want to do? So moving forward from today, when you get asked to do something, when you feel like you need to do something out of obligation, I want you to sit and ask yourself, do I actually want to do it? Not if it's one of those things that you've got to do. You don't have a choice in that. You've got to do it, whether it makes you feel like crap or whatever. You've got to do it. But I want you to start thinking, do I need to do it? Do I actually want to do it? And if you don't want to do it, start saying no. It is a bit uncomfortable to begin with when you say no to, I remember once I was in a network marketing company years and years ago. And the girl that I worked with, who was my upline, always used to message me on a Friday, and she's like, I've got a party for you. And I'm like, oh, right, okay. And the amount of times I used to think, I really don't want to do it, but I feel like I've got to do it. And I got to the point where I thought, do you know what? You're being stupid, Keely, because you're actually saying that you're going to do something and then you beat yourself up. You don't want to do it. Why you just say no? I remember the first time I said no, and I was like, oh, I'm not bothered about doing that. And she's like, oh, right, okay. What do you not want to do it for? And I remember thinking, oh God, please don't ask me. I just don't want to do it. So it does feel uncomfortable to begin with. But I promise you will get used to saying, no, actually, I don't want to do it. You don't have to explain if you don't want. But I want you to think of it like this. So as a mum, as a wife, as a business owner, as a beauty therapist, I give a lot of my energy to everybody around me. And if I am not filling my own cup up with energy. So imagine on a morning when you get up that your energy levels are up here. So whether it's that you need to put a song on and kind of move, you know, to get rid of that cortisol in your body that's laid stagnant all night, whether it's that you need to do a bit of exercise, whatever it is where you feel on a morning that you need to be, whatever it is you feel like you need to be doing to make your energy up here, I want you to imagine that you are like a fully charged phone first thing on a morning. When you get up, you're up here, you're 100%, you've got 100% life in you. As you go through the day and do things that you've got to do, as a mum, as a wife, as a business owner, your energy will be slowly drained. So you'll be going down, you know, you might do a school run, your kid might kick off about something, you might hit a load of traffic, you might, I don't know, something might happen on the way up to school or whatever. You might get home and your battery level might be 80%, you might have already lost 20%. What are you going to do if you're not filling your battery back up, which a lot of us don't, by spending a bit of time outside, by sitting by yourself, having 5 minutes, having a coffee or whatever? If you're not doing those things, all that's going to happen is your battery's going to get lower and lower and lower and lower. So when people are asking you to do things, or when you are doing them out of obligation, that's taking energy because you're probably saying that you're going to do it, which obviously is depleting your energy. Then you're probably beating yourself up if you're anything like I was thinking, why the bloody hell have I said I'm going to do that? I don't even want to do it. That's taking energy, so you're reducing. You're then going through your day and doing whatever you're doing, your beauty treatments or your work or whatever. Then you're doing school run, then you might be doing shopping, then you're doing washing. You know what, I don't have to go through it all. You know exactly what you do. Your energy is reducing. If you're not doing anything to top it up and you're saying yes to all these things you don't want to do, you are going to end up at the end of the day with 0%. You'd never let your phone get to 0% before plugging it in and charging it up. So why do we not do the same with ourselves? So you need to start thinking of yourself like that. And you also need to start thinking when you are saying yes to doing these things or when you're agreeing to doing these things, it's not coming from a place where you are full of energy. So are you really able to give everything that you want to give to that situation? And if you're a kind of person that feels bad by saying no, try and switch it and think of that and think of, you know, when I'm actually saying that I'll do these things, I'm not doing it with 100% energy. So I'm not giving that task, that person or whatever it is, 100% of my energy because I've literally let it deplete. So start thinking of it that way. And if it's something you really still want to do, make sure that you are topping your own energy tank up, so that you're able to give from a place where you've got 100% energy or very close to the top. Try not to ever let it get definitely below like 25%. Be constantly topping it up with the little things that you do, whether it's a song that you like during the day, whether it's a coffee, whether it's going out for 5 minutes in the fresh air, whatever it is. If there's things that you feel like you want to do or need to do but not necessarily want to do and you're not going to change, start topping your energy up at least so it's coming from a place where you're not depleted. So when you get to the end of the day and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm absolutely knackered, it's not always sleep that you need. You're literally draining your energy. You're draining your energy. You're saying yes to things that you don't need to say yes to, and you are not filling your tank up again. So I want you to think of it a different way today. What I want you to do, I'm going to start choking. What I want you to do is if somebody asks you to do something, if you feel like you need to do something, I want you to sit and think, do I actually want to do it? If you do, then go do it. If you don't really want to do it, but you feel like you've got to, go top your energy bank up, so at least you've got a bit more energy than what you had. If you don't want to do it and you don't feel obliged to do it, don't bloody do it. Stop doing it. Start saying no to the things that you don't want to do, because that is the reason why you are knackered at the end of the day and overwhelmed and unhappy. You are giving from an empty tank and you're saying yes to things that you don't want to do. And the only person that can change that is you. So let me know in the comments below whether or not, or give me a heart or whatever. Are you the kind of person that's been saying yes to too many things that you don't want to do? And you need to start changing it. So do one of those 3 things that I've told you today. Either if you want to do it or you feel like you need to do it, then start topping your energy up. Well, the 2 things or 3 things, I'm getting confused. Sit and think, do I actually want to do it? If you do want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, but you feel like you've got to do it, start topping your energy up. If you don't feel like want to do it and if you don't feel like you've got to do it and you don't want to do it, just bloody say no to it and start doing that, moving on to today, and just see how you feel at the end of the day and just see whether or not those kind of tired levels, or how you're feeling overwhelmed or unhappy or whatever, just notice over the next couple of days when you start saying no to things that you don't want to do, or when you start topping your energy up, start looking at how different you feel on an evening, because I can assure you it's not always sleep that you need, it's sometimes that you've got to start topping your own energy up. So let me know how you get on.